Let's take this off for a second. Art Factory. This is the largest independently non-government, non-grant funded art space in all of Canada. This is one of the buildings. It's pretty massive, so I'm going to show you around and live, love art. Wow, yeah, that's not looking so great. It's pretty cold out. Okay, here's a little tour. This building is 10,384 square feet. It will be a place where art is celebrated and people can come together for paint nights, for live music concerts, for theater, for poetry, for art battles, for exhibitions, for weddings, for creative love. That's it. There is where Art Factory has an art supply store. So I'm going to show you in there now. Okay. When I traveled to Lanzarote, an island off the coast of Spain, I was introduced to this incredible artist called Cesar Manriquez. And he bought this old Bastille, which is kind of like a fortress lighthouse that would shoot cannons at ships. And it was deserted, and he converted it into a restaurant on the main coastal level, and then on the upper level it was an art gallery. And I loved how he developed his business, or had multiple streams of income that would support his vision. And this really stuck with me. So when I wanted to develop the Art Factory, I thought of selling art supplies, have an online store, have art classes, an art gallery, events, and other things so that the ecosystem, the financial ecosystem, would support itself. This is the warehouse. The warehouse is 1,500 square foot, 17-foot high ceilings. There you go, you can kind of see it. Where art classes are offered, where artists get to give art classes and workshops, and they get to use the space for free. Any artist wanting to go over and any artist wanting to give an art class or a workshop or kids summer camp or anything creative can use this space for free. It's free rental, and it's our way of saying that we just want people to do better and to encourage creativity, and exhibitions are also in there. I will be doing call-outs for exhibitions and inviting artists. The focus is to encourage artists and to encourage creativity and to encourage kindness in our community. So this is one of the heartbeats of the Art Factory. Thank you. Inside the warehouse, I used the old roof and parts of steel to make a chandelier and a mezzanine, and just to keep the heritage or feel of the Art Factory, of its history of Emblo's factory. And then we have art classes from everyone in the community coming in, and I just love it. The Art Factory has 18 parking spaces, so we use it for art fairs, and the whole space acts as a huge courtyard, like a market, where last summer we had 56 tents and 56 artists that all set up for free and got to show their artwork and participate and have a good time. Artists come from all over to participate in art fair, and it's heavily attended. And it's amazing all the different forms of expression that surface that normally you don't get to see. We get a lot of support from local media, and it's just amazing. This is my love, Tanya, and great artists come, and I hope you can attend as well.
This is the construction zone. This is the work in progress. This is inside the factory. And in here, there will be like an assembly hall. Over the last 30 years, I have created so many paintings that what I really wanted to do was create a building that had a focus on bringing people together, having a place where people could celebrate creativity, art, and not just art that is PG or family friendly. I find that in Canada, so much of the art that we show is too polite. And I want to give more space for artists that are more raw and create critical thinking. You know, life is so tough. Life is very complex, and we go through life and we're born someone has a mental illness, someone has a birth defect, parents get divorced, someone loses a job, and people struggle. Someone has a car accident, someone has addiction, someone loves and gets hurt and loses someone that they love to a suicide or an overdose, or someone's raped, someone, you know, life is so complex. And when art is always juried with the intention that sometimes we need to give space for that kind of expression. And we need to deal with it. We need to deal with life. We need to go over and just take it on. We need to be passionate and open-minded to art of all forms of expression. And you know, when I go over and I look at Guernica, when I go over and I look at a Francis Bacon, when I go over and I look at just a Vincent van Gogh, I look at a Vincent van Gogh, and in his lifetime, he didn't, people weren't open to that yet. People were not ready for that kind of rawness and that kind of tenderness. You know, we can go over and someone can go over and have an intense experience in life that is so hard to deal with, you know, but they can go over and process it, and they can release it and stand back from it and go, wow, I survived that. I managed to express that, and as difficult as it is, I managed to survive that. And someone else might walk in and see that art and see that expression and go, wow, I'm really struggling with that, and I'm really having a hard time with that. And now I don't feel so alone. And I think that's what Art Factory really wants to do. Is I really want to allow for people to come together and share ideas and be expressive and be vulnerable, and because I find that when an artist is most vulnerable and that is when the artwork comes out that really is profound and that really moves me. I love flowers and I love beautiful landscapes, and I love so many forms of, I love all art, to be honest. I love art. Even bad art pisses me off, and I want it motivates me in a different way, not necessarily the way I want it to, but anyway. The Art Factory is just a space where I'm trying to let people to come together and be creative and feel not judged. There's too much judgment in the world. Here is the building I decided to buy. I didn't realize just how involved it was to repair and undertake such a project. We had to do environmental phase 1 and phase 2 and do a lot of demolition and construction just to get to a point where we were able to start building. And that was more than I anticipated on many levels. But then the construction started, and Rick Widows became a great friend. I have so much respect and appreciation for him. I'm literally without words. The Art Factory will be the largest independently owned, non-government grant, nothing, just personally financed in Canada. Thank you, and live, love art.